Sagittarius, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. So this is your 6-month love forecast from July through to December 2016. I bet you thought I wasn't going to upload it, didn't you, you gits? I'd never forget a sign, okay? I'll always upload when I say that I'm going to upload something. Might be a little bit late, but it will be there. Okay, so how I do the readings. The cards have already been pre-laid. I pre-lay them just before I come on video. Just before I come on screen, because it takes so long to meditate on the cards, shuffle them, at least 5-6 minutes for me to get all that stuff done. Because I really kind of get into the meditation bit. I start off with 9 cards, and then I add clarifiers to each of those 9 cards to open up the reading. I ask the universe to give me 3 stories in the reading. Some of the cards will interlope with others from other areas, if it makes sense for me, if my intuition guides me to do that. But this is your reading, and this is directed towards all Sagittarius people, Sun, Moon and Rising signs, okay? Right, so I feel that some of you might be needlessly worrying, okay? Between July and December 2016, Sagittarius, because we've got you as the 9 of Swords here. Now, when you get the 9 of Swords, sometimes this means that there are, you know, there's worrisome thoughts going on with you. And I feel that some of you guys might be worrying about a relationship, about being offered maybe something that has long-term potential. It might be that you've been in a relationship whereby you haven't, you know, somebody hasn't made a proposal to you, or they haven't, you know, told you how much they care about you, or, you know, you don't know whether this relationship has legs, if it's going anywhere, if it's really going to be going to that place where you're going to be settling down, having kids, that type of thing. Well, I'll tell you, I think it will go to that place for you, because, you know, behind you is the Ace of Pentacles. Now, it's interesting, you know that I'm a tarot interactionist as well as being someone who just reads tarot cards. I mean, Carol's Universe is not just going to stay on YouTube. At the moment, I'm in talks to have a proper... Well, the website I've got is good, but I want to get a .com one done. So when that's done, I'll let you guys know. But I'm trying to get onto, like, the first page of Google and all that stuff. So we're working that out at the minute. So this is going to really, really grow. Okay? And I have no idea why I just said that to you, because I can't remember why I said that. But anyway, you don't know about the potential of this relationship. All right? You don't know about it, because here you are worrying. I'm pretty sure that this is you. But behind you is the Ace of Pentacles. Now, it could be that you're needlessly worrying because you feel that you've discovered something. Sometimes the Ace of Pentacles means that there's a new realization. Because the Pentacles are based in reality, here and now, what we see, what we're holding, what we're wearing, what we're eating, how much money we've got. There could be worry over something to do with, but I don't feel that it's to do with housing as such. I feel that it's more to do with that you just don't know where you stand in a relationship in the next 6 months. And I feel that this is where the worry is coming from. For some of you guys, it might be that you've been with a partner for quite a while, and you don't know whether that person really, really wants to be with you, or really, really wants to offer you something, okay? But we can see that clearly the Ace of Pentacles is directly behind your head, all right? So it's obvious that I feel that you're actually thinking about this. You're thinking about the long-term potential of your relationship, because it's right behind your head. And here we have the 9 swords that seem to be blocking this potential. So there could be something that's blocking you. And swords are often related to struggle, thoughts that we think sometimes they're troublesome thoughts, troublesome actions, troublesome words. But the 9 of Swords is basically rooted in. And it's interesting. I'm going to include the cards from the next reading in this, because I think that they're important to include, to be perfectly honest with you. I think that they are important to include, because it's telling me a story here. I feel that you're worried about potentially an air sign individual, because we have next door to this 9 of Swords somebody who is charging at you, the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords can mean sudden reaction, something that suddenly happens, okay, out of the blue. This can also be that you're worried maybe about somebody who's quite restless, okay, because we have the 2 of Cups directly behind that Knight of Swords. when you get the Knight of Swords and the Two of Cups, sometimes that can mean a restlessness in a relationship. So I feel that you're worried about this, and you're worried maybe with this Ace of Pentacles about the long term, the longevity of this relationship. Does it have the potential to move into something that's long standing rather than, you know, for some of you guys, you might be worried that your partner's getting itchy feet or your partner's being a little bit dodgy around you. Whenever I get a Knight of Swords and it's facing another card, it suggests that there is an action being taken here against someone or something. So you're worried about someone. There's something to do with restlessness in a relationship here. And I feel that you're worried. We've got the Eight of Pentacles on one side, behind your head. So in the back of your head, it's always, I feel, about over the next 6 months, does this relationship have long-term potential? And in front of you is the Knight of Swords. So I feel that you're worried about something that's suddenly come to you. It could be a person, air sign individual. Maybe it's their behaviour that you're worried about. And maybe behind you, in the back of your head, you're thinking, but does this relationship have long-term potential? But I feel that it does, because what we have here next is the Tower, just below that Ace of Pentacles. And when you get the Tower, it's a revelation card. So it's a revelation about... the Tower card really is a card that about building up certain ideas. If it's not about a relationship that isn't built on solid foundation, it's about the expectations that we've built up. And usually when you've built up expectations with the Tower card, they've got to come falling down. So this card really is about the truth that's being revealed. And I feel that a truth is revealed to you. Another key word for the Tower card can mean surprise. And I feel that there is a surprise proposal coming in for some of you guys. Okay? Because we've got the Tower and the Knight of Cups together. To me, if I were to put those together as keywords, it would be surprise proposal. Alright? Because the Knight of Cups is proposal, the Tower is surprise. So it's a surprise proposal. And I feel that this brings big changes in for you, because we've got the Wheel of Fortune directly underneath that Tower card. So whatever it is that is shift, there is a shift within your relationship. And for some of you guys, it will dispel this idea that your relationship is... You know, for some of you, it is that your relationship is on a rocky patch, because the Knight of Swords suggests a certain restlessness. The key word for this card can be something that's sudden, but it can also mean restless, because this guy is so swift and so fast. He's so restless. He's always rushing from one thing to the other because he needs to achieve something, or he needs to say something. Okay? So if I were to look at that card, it would be that somebody is trying to say something to you, but you're not hearing it. All you're thinking about is the long-term potential, and maybe that this relationship doesn't have that. But there is a surprise proposal, I feel, coming in for you. And I feel that this will create some major changes, because we've got the Wheel of Fortune that suggests big changes coming along. We also have the Queen of Cups showing up next after that Wheel of Fortune. To me, this suggests healing. Those big changes. Whenever you get cards like Wheel of Fortune, Tower, it's always good to look at what your second card is next door to it. Because what does the Tower reveal? For me, I always need a second card to show me what that Tower is going to reveal, what the Wheel of Fortune is going to reveal. Cards like this, on their own, they can go both ways. The same thing as the Ace of Swords, which we've got in the reading. It's always good for me to see what card comes after, because then I know what this is going to reveal. What does the second card say? Well, the Tower says there's a surprise. Knight of Cups says the surprise is a proposal. The Wheel of Fortune says big changes coming in after that proposal. Queen of Cups says it gives you healing. Finally, there are solutions that are found. Finally, you have your answer, because the Queen of Cups is always going inward to seek answers. But as a standalone card, it's a case of I understand now. I'm getting to the heart of the matter. I'm feeling better. I'm healing inside. And I feel that this brings healing. If you look at the juxtaposition of the differences with the Nine of Swords, this is somebody who is worrying. They're not calm. They're kind of erratic, you know, but a lot of it is in the head, because it is the Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Swords are all above this woman's head. But the Queen of Cups often suggests calm. Calm feelings, calm reactions, calm outlook. So I do feel that some of you guys are going to be worrying over the longevity of a relationship, over its long-term potential. But I feel that you're going to be in for a surprise when you realise that your partner probably wants to propose to you or make a proposal. For some of you guys, if there is restlessness within your relationship, you will do your utmost to calm it. Now, it could be because this is wands, the Seven of Wands, this could be you. You're Sagittarius, so therefore you're fire. This is a fire sign card. So perhaps you guys have some fighting on your mind in terms of this relationship. We've seen somebody who's charging towards you. It looks like an argument for some reason, in which maybe some of you guys might be feeling a little bit weakened, a little bit worried, a little bit anxious. But we see here with the Seven of Wands, you might be ready to stand your corner. However, I do feel that this Knight of Cups softens the blow, okay? So it's almost like a proposal is made to you and it softens everything within the reading. It really, really does. It really does. Because yes, we do see the Knight of Swords charging at you. I'm pretty sure this is you guys, Nine of Wands, Nine of Swords. We've got a knight charging towards you. He's either charging towards you with news, something, usually when you see the Knight of Swords, it's something that somebody's got to say. They're very quick, they're very blunt. They're very honest with it. But it's also somebody who's quite restless. But it looks like they're trying to make you see something here. Because in the back of your head, you don't feel that this relationship is going to work out, or it's working out. Because you're so worried about its potential for a long-term thing between you and your partner, for some of you guys. We see here you might really be not listening, because the Seven of Wands means I'm fighting you all the way. This is on shaky ground. So sometimes this card can reference no. It can reference an argument. It can reference an altercation. But we see a Knight of Cups coming in to calm the waters, to calm the fire. Now, to me, fire and water signs, they can work. Because I do feel that water signs, some people might be in disagreement with me, but I feel that water signs and fire signs, anytime I see a juxtaposition, like a water sign and a fire sign, or a water and earth, well, what does water do to earth? It helps things to grow. So it's nurturing. I see those relationships as being quite nurturing. A water sign as opposed to a fire sign, well, fire signs can be quite fiery, quite brash. But water, well, it dampens fire, doesn't it? It puts it out. So it almost soothes it. And I see this person as trying to soothe you. And how are they going to soothe you? Well, it's a surprise. A surprise proposal via that Knight of Cups. That brings in some pretty big changes in terms of your relationship. There's a lot of healing here. And we do see a reunion, because we've got the Two of Cups and also the Temperance card showing up together. When you get those cards together, it means a reunion often. And we see a commitment. The Hierophant. King of Swords. Now, even though I said that this could be a water sign, and it could be a water sign, I feel that this is either a water sign or an air sign individual. And for some people, air signs don't really get on with water signs. It's two different sides of the spectrum. But my twin sister is with an air sign. I've had a boyfriend who was an air sign. I've also had a boyfriend that was a fire sign. And the air sign man was a damn sight more easier to get along with in many ways than the fire sign was for me. But the fact that we have a king showing up here, to me this suggests that this might be a fire sign individual, an air sign individual, a King of Swords, Sagittarius. But of course, you're fire, and fire and air does work as well together. So I do feel that this is an air sign individual for you, Sagittarius. Of course, you're not water, but for some reason, somebody comes in. This is an action that's being taken. It's either an apology or it's some sort of, let's try and work this out. And I feel that things are being worked out with the Temperance card. There's some pretty big energies I feel that are happening for some of you guys over the next 6 months. Mainly it's your lack of trust, I feel, within a relationship. Perhaps through things that have happened. But I do feel this person that you have a lack of trust with has your back all along, and they're actually wanting to support you. And they're actually telling you that they love you. and they want to make a proposal to you. There's a declaration of love, and I feel that this is something that will come as a surprise to you. There is a commitment here, the Hierophant, and I believe it will be with probably a King of Swords. Could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Doesn't have to be though. Maybe this King of Swords is being quite aloof. And maybe that's why you're worrying over this person being restless within the relationship, Knight of Swords and the Two of Cups. You may be getting quite jittery around it with this Seven of Wands. But this Knight of Cups says, hold up a minute, calm down, I want to make you a proposal. And from there we see the Two of Cups and the Temperance card. Reunion, coming together, loving one another. Very, very good reading, Sagittarius, so far. Excellent. For some of you guys, yes. I mean, I don't really want to go over the same story because I used the story from the second reading, really, because it just made sense to do that. It looked like this way to me. It really did look this way to me. We'll go for a second story and leave it at that, I think. Only because I think I've said all I need to say and I'll be kind of going over the same story again. Just in a smaller way. There is restlessness, whichever way you want to look at it, I feel, for some of your relationships over the next 6 months. But also there is coming together, and there is, you know, pacifying things, and there is forgiveness, I feel. There does look like there is some heat in the relationship, heated arguments maybe, but it looks like it's quickly dampened by this Knight of Cups energy. So much so, Two of Cups, Temperance card, coming together, working things through. Commitment is made, and I believe it will be with an air sign individual, but doesn't have to be. This is just somebody who's needed time, possibly, to think about the relationship, because the King of Swords is representative of clear thinking and logic. The other story that I'm seeing, Sagittarius, between over the next 6 months is that, you know, I don't know whether I'm seeing new love coming in. You know, there could be, because Knight of Swords, as well as being restless, can mean sudden. So it could be a sudden relationship. Knight of Swords, Two of Cups. Okay? Could be with this Knight of Swords, King of Swords individual. Meeting over a drink, getting to know each other, the Two of Cups. And finally working your way through the relationship, Temperance. There is some resistance here, Seven of Wands. But finally a commitment is made, the Hierophant. So yes, for some of you guys, yes, a new relationship I do believe is coming in. It will come with its trials, as a lot of relationships do. But things soon settle down, I feel, Sagittarius. Finally, we have the Empress showing up. This usually is a card of nurturing, fertility, growth in a relationship. But it feels to me, sometimes when you get the Empress card, it doesn't just mean growth, it means frustration. It can be a card that means frustration. And that's because the Empress is waiting for the baby to be born, okay? That's what it means a lot of the time. So even though for some of you guys there might be growth in a relationship, you might be waiting for something else, okay? And how I feel that I know this is because we have the Hanged Man that shows up next. Now, whenever I see a Hanged Man card, for me it kind of means a full stop or a stop on something or a pause. This card can mean restriction, my hands are tied. And I feel that for some of you guys, it could be over the next 6 months that you are in a relationship and you've been waiting for a long time for something to happen in that relationship. And it seems that the Hanged Man says, well, things are a bit up in the air, things are suspended at the moment. And the Empress can also be a card about waiting for an outcome. So it looks like you're waiting for an outcome because things seem to be up in the air with the Hanged Man. For some of you guys, you will take a new direction. Two of Wands. For some of you guys, you'll have a big decision to make, Justice. You'll need to face the truth, Ace of Swords. That maybe you need a fresh start, Judgment. However, I could look at these cards in a different way and I could also say, well, yes, we have an Empress here. It represents that the relationship has gone a certain way to a certain point, but things are still hanging in the balance with the Hanged Man card. However, after a certain period of time, it looks like your partnership, Two of Wands, is complete, the Justice. Because the Ace of Swords says, finally, there is certainty within this relationship. We've struggled, but we've come the other side. And we're starting afresh with the Judgment card. So yes, it is a short reading compared to the others, but it was a shorter story for me, mainly because I combined two sections into one. It just felt right to do it that way, and we'll quickly recap. Yes, some of you are going to be worried because you're worried about the restlessness, the maybe the lack of commitment from a partner. Knight of Swords can often represent somebody who's not committed enough. And the Two of Cups is the partnership card, the pledge card. But this Knight of Swords seems to be running out of this pledge. He's turning in another direction. But he's turning towards you. Maybe he needs answers. Maybe he needs to talk. And all you're worried about with this Ace of Pentacles behind you is if this relationship has long-term potential. You may be fighting for something within this relationship, Seven of Wands. However, what we have here is that the fight is over because a declaration is made to you, and I feel that it will be a surprise because we have the Tower just before that. To which there seems to be big changes. Wheel of Fortune, healing coming in, Queen of Cups, and a pledge with the Two of Cups and the Temperance card to work together. To which we see a commitment within the relationship with this particular man, King of Swords. Can be an air sign, but doesn't need to be. Just needs to be someone who's potentially quite aloof. Can be a manager, that type of thing. It's all good. Looks difficult at first, but I believe that there are surprise proposals and the relationship is stronger than ever, especially if you're in a relationship with someone. For some of you guys, suddenly if you're single, there might be a sudden relationship that comes in for you because we've got Knight of Swords, Two of Cups, sudden relationship. There might be some resistance. Maybe this person has other options potentially. But I do feel that you'll work out any differences that you might have. Temperance. Might be a little bit of a testing time because the Temperance card can mean tests as well. Because you have to mix and match two different elements to get the right combination. So I see working through new relationships here as well. Does seem again, commitment is made the Hierophant. Because the King of Swords says, let's go for it. Made up my mind, let's just, make a go of this relationship. And finally, some of you might be feeling frustrated, the Empress, because things seem to be up in the air with the Hanged Man. For some of you, you will seek a new vision, a new path, and you'll draw things to a conclusion with the relationship because you've faced up to the truth and you realise that you need a new start with the Judgment card. However, for some of you, it will be, yes, there are frustrations in a relationship, the Empress, because things are being put on hold with the Hanged Man. But the Two of Wands says, well, there's still a partnership here. There is completion on this justice. To which the Ace of Swords says, we've overcome a struggle to get to where we are, and let's start afresh. So, whichever energy benefits you, or whichever energy, is more fitting for you, let me know. Send me an email, write me a comment. But there's all sorts of things going on for you Sagittarians, I believe, over the next 6 months. And it's good. It's really, really good. For some of you, yes, you might seek a new vision. But it will be well thought out. For some of you guys, yes, you are going to be needlessly worrying. Because somebody might seem a little bit aloof. But they've got something to say to you. And they, after a time, I believe, offer a surprise proposal to you. And for some of you guys, yes, there is a sticking point on a relationship because we've got the Hanged Man there. So something's hanging in the balance. But I do believe that after a time, the partnership is solidified with that Justice card. Because the Ace of Swords says, we've overcome the worst. And you make a fresh start. Yes, for some of you there might be a divorce. Who knows? Because Ace of Swords and that Justice. Justice often represents legalities. And Ace of Swords can be severance. Judgment card can also mean starting anew. So yes, I do see some severance for some of you guys. But in the main, it's a very good reading. It's about overcoming trials, setbacks. To be in a relationship with the person that you probably truly love. That is your reading, Sagittarius, your 6 month love forecast between July and December 2016. I'd like to say thank you so much for joining me on Carol's Universe, and I will see you on your July month ahead readings. Until then, take care.